Hello and welcome. It is the 386th episode of the Unranked podcast, and it's the final episode of the third season of the Unranked podcast.
Whoa.
That's right. This week is the final Pokemon of Gen 3, which means we're beginning the fourth generation next week of the Unranked podcast. I am Christian Humes. You have a full show here today with Alex Marinello.
Hi.
Daniel Weine.
Hi.
Tom Caswell.
Hello.
I was hoping for a triple high there.
You should have gone ahoy.
Sorry. Kind of
like the telephone was intended.
Yeah, like the telephone. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good. Hello, my baby. TikTok. We're all learning the same facts. It's great. Even when they're not real.
So Chris,
I knew that already, though. I did know that already.
Speaking of TikTok, Chris introduced me to something I'd never seen before. Never was aware
We're
of
just
this
going
before.
right into this.
It's, I don't even know, what do you even call this? What is
Eating
it called,
ass?
Chris? No, it's videos of people younger than me acting like they are.
Spindrift's so good.
Yeah, acting like
the
they're NPC characters and doing repetitive voices and actions and like doing that like the character select screen, like when you're selecting a character, so you're like the character's like kind of bobbing, you know, and then like doing like, I don't know, they're like going like this, like haha, like, okay. So I was thinking of having you guys do one for the Taskmaster episode, but I thought
that would have been amazing.
Yeah, but I also thought that it's like
it'll be out of date. Like it won't be.
It'll be out of date. And no, I don't know if it'll be out of date. But my main thought was that it would just be almost too embarrassing that there would be a video of you doing it.
You got me to write and sing a song last year.
Yeah, but like, that's fine. Writing and singing a song is fine. Doing that stupid. Well, what is it called? Is it like
NPCing?
NPCing.
Yeah. It's the NPC trend. I mean, so here's the thing. This has been going on for a while. It just went viral recently because someone memeified a really good version of it, and now the normies caught on to it. But like, I showed this to Therese like a year ago, and the more popular people that were doing it.
Oh wow! Even a year ago it was happening.
Were like these weeb girls, and they were just doing anime. Like they were dressed up like anime characters, and they were just doing like anime like moan sounds and laughs. They would be like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, but what I don't understand, here's what I don't get about this whole fad or whatever it is
Chris is nailing it right now.
Is the repetition of it. I don't get it. Like, why would I watched it and I was texting Chris being like, this is absolutely insanity.
Well, the repetition it stems from like people like spamming with, because on TikTok the way that you pay is by like dropping like emojis.
No,
and, like
I get it.
Triggering a thing.
Yeah, no. I get it. What I'm saying is like,
thanks for the galaxy, guys. Thanks for the galaxy. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
If it was just me watching, like I'll watch it for like maybe 5 or 6 seconds. Like people are watching this for a long time. I don't get it. I just don't.
It's so fucking
it.
funny to me. This was the first thing that made me feel old. This was like this was the first thing. I'm always on top of the pop culture. I always know what's going on. I like the cartoons. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll like this stuff my whole life. And then I saw this a year ago, and I was like,
well, everything you just said, normies, the memeified, to the, I mean, what the the weebles. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Wait, okay. Normies is a term that's been around for generations.
Hold on. Did you say weebles meaning weebs?
Generations? You think people in the 70s are being like the normies?
If not that, it was like a version of it, right?
I've never heard someone even. I've heard squares. Say normal. I've never heard someone say normies.
Squares.
Yeah, squares. Yeah, but I'm talking about the word normies.
Sure, that's a word that's been around for a while.
Before,
I'm certain,
probably.
And weeb is a word that's been around since we were kids.
Yeah, sure. Weeb, but like, what's weeb?
A weeb.
A weeb. That's what I said. I said a weeb.
I made up weeble. All right.
Yeah, you made up.
Well, you didn't make it up. They wobble, but they don't fall down.
They did right.
I don't know. We're doing the propeller.
And memeified is just like that. That's a term that like has been around probably since.
I know, but I don't like. But besides this podcast,
yeah,
these terms are not used in my life. Like
that's because you hang out with a bunch of squares.
Right.
Yeah,
I hang out with a bunch of
definitely hang out with
losers.
squares first.
I hang out with a bunch of losers and a kid who can't talk.
I can text Brittany and have
So-
her start using some of this vocabulary in your life to piss you off.
No, thank God her TikTok. Remember I complained about her TikTok, but like her TikTok is mainly Taylor Swift and pop culture, but not this kind of crap.
Right.
And then a lot of cooking stuff. A lot of cooking stuff.
Sure.
What about your TikTok?
So it's what?
So Alex, the Normies, the first recorded version of the Normies from the 1950s.
Oh, all right.
It was probably in a fucking movie about like the greasers and whatever the hell, and the normies on the other side, some shit like that.
Yeah.
All right. But still, I just
we're here to make sure that you stay up to date, basically, at this point.
Or at least up to 10 years ago.
We're like
you be getting behind.
We're like Alex's weekly like iPhone software update for his brain, just so he knows like what is happening in the world around him.
Does this look okay? Because I can't see shit.
It looks like
good.
It looks like you might give me like an extra life in like Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, it looks like you might crash the moon into the planet, which I mean, hey, that's fine at this point.
Anyway, all right.
Let's talk about today's final Pokemon of the generation. It is a cool one. Don't look it up yet, so that maybe Alex and Dan can take a guess at what this looks like.
Is it Rayquaza?
We did. You missed Rayquaza.
I missed that episode.
Oh wait, no, that was
aren't we
week,
on the
right?
new?
No, he missed it.
He missed it.
I did miss
We have
it.
one more.
Last week was Chirachi or whatever.
Right.
Johnny I remember that.
Deoxys.
Ribonucleic acid.
It looks like a DNA.
Does it really?
The spiral. I don't know.
Wait,
that's
seriously?
it. That's it, baby. That's it.
Wait,
it's got
no.
I mean, so part of it looks like DNA, but it is spelled DEOXYS for DNA specifically.
Oh,
it is known as the DNA Pokemon. That is its title. Yes. So this is a I believe it's a mythical, but it might be a legendary. No, it's a mythical type Pokemon.
Dude, look,
awesome.
I'm.
This is cool.
I can't. Wow. I mean, this isn't what I was thinking, but like when you just said Deoxys, I just thought of ribonucleic acid.
Sure.
And like, holy shit.
Yeah, that thing looks cool as hell.
It's a great Pokemon.
It's a very cool
I will
Pokemon.
say, it also looks like part of that's not part of the Pokemon. It's just like
his
arms,
like an
accessory.
Right. His arms,
arms.
their arms looks like nerd rope.
It does.
Oh yes,
it does look like Nerd Rope.
Gender,
You're
look
absolutely right.
Quite tasty.
It looks good. Like I'd want to have some.
Well, you won't like it in its normal form though.
Yeah, Wolfslaw's in the chat right now. He's like, "Are we talking about how it has multiple forms?"
Dude,
that's the cool
look at
thing.
This thing.
That's the cool thing about Deoxys
Yes.
is it has different versions.
It does.
How do you get to
forms.
different? Oh yeah, attack, defense, speed.
And when it shifts forms, its stats shift.
Whoa.
So that depending on your play type.
Wait, it can just switch? You can just switch the form?
I'm trying to look into how you do that because I don't think I've ever.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've
before.
ever used this Pokemon in battle either.
No.
In Gen 3, Deoxys's forms are game specific, such that it will always be in one particular form while in the player's possession, although it always be in normal form in the wild. Its form can only be changed by trading it to a different game.
Oh, there you go. Well, so this is like a space alien Pokemon, and I believe it evolves from a virus, like a space Pokemon virus is the idea.
Can I just
let's hear it.
Can I just say just one clarification? From Generation 4 onward, the player can change its form by interacting with certain meteorites while it is in the party.
That's awesome.
So there you go. Okay.
That's great.
So now to what does the defense form looks like? The defense form looks like something that we've seen. Like the other Pokemon. Yeah, that other Pokemon with like the 6 dots that looks like an Eternal but isn't.
Sure.
Yeah,
one of the
Regis
Reggies. Yeah.
One of the Reggies.
I mean, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
It's a cool Pokemon.
Yeah, but okay. The name origin, okay, is an abbreviation of deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA.
You said it the first time.
I'm just saying, Bulbapedia has now confirmed definitively.
Not May.
It's not May. This is an is, people.
Yeah.
It's gonna be May though.
This is a bit.
Well, not for a while.
In a bunch of months.
In a year.
Steve Levine's in the chat. He says it looks like the Juggernaut, his defense form. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does. It does look like the Juggernaut. That's what it was reminding me of as well.
The Juggernaut.
Well, looking at the forms, what is your favorite design?
Oh, definitely.
I like normal.
You can't pick.
Other than
you
normal
can totally
form?
pick.
No, you could pick one of the four.
Don't let him pick. No, don't let him pick normal.
All right, fine.
Lame.
Of the three, what is your favorite?
Yeah, attack.
Yeah, me too. Attack.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I like speed.
I knew you were gonna pick speed.
I think speed's cool.
I thought
honestly, I thought you were gonna pick speed.
I mean, it's a toss-up between speed and attack. Defense is definitely low. I would say if you polled the world, you'd probably get like
you polled the
20%, 20% in the defense category. The rest split between speed and attack.
Sure.
The problem, I think speed form was added later as well. I think attack and defense were the only only other two original, and then they added speed form. The only thing with speed form is he loses the double arms. He's just got the single tendril on each side, so that loses points for me because the whole a part of its attraction is the double arms.
Sure, it's got. I mean, but that's how it goes faster, right? It just dumps them off.
I don't think there's a better way we can end the season than with a Pokemon with a definitive name origin.
That's true. And were both you and Dan guessed correctly elements of its specific nature by guessing that it was based on DNA and DNA arms.
Yeah.
Like that was very good. That was very good. Let me go ahead and read Pokedex entry.
Oh, okay.
The DNA of a space virus underwent a sudden mutation upon exposure to a laser beam and resulted in Deoxys. The crystalline organ on this Pokemon's chest appears to be its brain.
Oh, the organ that crystal is the brain.
Yeah, so then
what's going on up here?
Is the brain.
Like the Vex in Destiny.
So then what's going on? Oh, that is it. That's what it reminds me of, the Vex.
Oh,
in Destiny. Go. That's where my brain is going.
No, my brain's already gone in different directions.
It's pretty fucking cool.
It's a cool one.
Great Pokemon, great design. It's in some of the movies. It looks very cool in motion.
I'm obviously, we're ending this generation, and it is funny that it's almost like they were designing Pokemon and they got to the end and they're like, oh shit, we gotta design some good ones. They got Rayquaza, the two like main legendaries are pretty good, the Reggies or whatever, but then you end with Deoxys, and I think Jirachi, out of all of like the cutesy mythic Pokemon, Jirachi is one of the better ones.
Jironi loves Chachi.
So
I can't stop with that stupid joke that I made last week. I have to stop.
So yeah, no, good. Thank God we ended on a solid one, because it's been not great for this gen. Overall.
I mean, it has its ups and downs, but what's nice is the buffer at the end and beginning of like that section between gens is always so nice, like right at the end of one, and because you get all the legendaries and mythicals, and then you get the starters, so you get like hit after hit after hit, and then you get into the doldrums. You get the bugs, the dogs, you get the rock fish, Pokemon, the snake,
fish.
So it's we've got a good 9 weeks ahead of us left, and then we're gonna get some stupid Pokemon.
Gen 4 I think also Gen 4 starters are up there.
Gen 4 is overall much more interesting than Gen 3 was. And this, Alex, is the last game before you picked Pokemon back up.
Before I got you back in.
So you might recognize these now? I'm just the only one now?
I should recognize a good amount. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You so picked there we go. Up Diamond and Pearl?
Wait, I thought we were up to black.
No. I'm saying the next generation is the last one that you didn't play.
Oh,
you missed
yes.
two.
The next generation is okay. That makes more sense. I feel like I missed more than.
So we have another 150 or so of these fucking things.
No, isn't
107?
Like 100. Okay.
Yeah, 107 on the next one, and then we're on black and white, which is really like one of that's a top 3 Pokemon game. Top 3 I mean, it's all based on America. It's all based in North America. So you get a lot of cool fucking Pokemon designs.
Did you know that both Pokemon Black and White are based off of Jax?
Jax, like
Jack Black and Jack White.
Oh, wow.
When you said Jax, I thought you meant like the Mortal Kombat character.
Okay.
Oh,
I went to Jax and Dax. No.
You went totally the wrong. You went to
I did the wrong thing.
I'm so glad
I thought you were going to say Apple Jacks.
Yeah. Oops.
Or maybe
I went to Honey Smacks. No.
What isn't there like a toy from the 90s?
Yeah, with the ball and it has like the little prongs.
Yeah.
It was called Jax.
That is Jax. Yeah, that's the game.
That's
Jax.
what
I think you bounce a ball and you can like grab as many Jacks or something before it lands or it's something like that. I don't know.
Steve,
speaking of Jacks, let's get off this stupid thing.
Let's speak about Steve. What did he say?
Steve Labine in the chat says controversial opinion. Black and White is my favorite. I don't think that is necessarily controversial.
I don't think so. Yeah. No, I think that's a great opinion. In fact, I think it's the game that got a lot of people back into it who were Gen 1ers, and it is the Generation 1 for a lot of people because it was the first time since the first generation that the Pokemon Company was like, you know what? No old Pokemon in this one until the post game. And it also has 156 Pokemon where like none of the other games had that many since the first one. So you play the thing start to finish with only new Pokemon and it had more than even the original game. So it felt like a reboot to Pokemon in a way. Mm-hmm. Also, I think has one of the best stories in it because it's the first time that they acknowledge the whole like, is it okay for Pokemon to fight each other?
Right.
The answer was a resounding yes.
So if you would like to drop your hot takes live on the pod, you can go check out the Discord and become a part of our Spartan program, like Steve and Wolf. Glizzy's so good. Dan should start doing the TikTok thing because the Glizzy thing is the main one.
That's why they got the Glizzy suit. In the
people are making fat stacks doing this. Like
that's
thousands of dollars insane. Just doing marathons of just.
Chris is ready. Chris is ready.
What do you mean? Yeah, Chris knows firsthand. Apparently, he's like out there. He's got.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's so crazy.
Chris is known as NP Chris on.
That would be
TikTok.
so good. Yeah, I'm gonna go make that account now.
NP Chris is good. I'm sure it exists.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Well, great. That was the final Pokemon for the 3rd season.
It was.
Let's move forward. Is Wolfslore still in the chat? Wolfslore still there?
He is, yes. He's platinum is my personal favorite.
I think we can tease this, and Wolfslore should know about it. Tuna alerted us that he is finalizing stuff for next Taskmaster. So
it's coming.
It's coming.
It be coming.
So I don't know, Tuna, if you're gonna reach out to him soon about that, but we can't. The 3 of us can't be involved in that part for the live task stuff like last time. But I'm very excited. Very, very excited.
I mean, it's months away, so everyone relax.
Well, just make sure you schedule it when I can do it. Because if you're waiting months, I don't know.
Well, we're not gonna. I mean, it's yeah. We'll nail it down.
The hope is that what I was saying to Alex, because I asked him, I was like, hey, if you can send this out, before the middle of August, that'll give us enough time to do our tasks and then record the episode before episode 400. We could pre-record it like last time and then just put it out, and Tom, you can stream the episode for episode 400. So we wouldn't even like actually be doing it live. We would just be watching along or whatever like last time. I think that would work out, which is that's 15 weeks out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. What's up? What's going on? How's everybody been?
Good. I I don't really have a lot to report over here. Just kids getting older, kids getting a lot more vocal, kids getting a lot more even crazier than she was.
You planning for birthday number 2?
Okay, this might be controversial. We are not having a birthday for her.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, you're gonna at least do something like with just family, come over, do a cake. Yeah, okay, so that's a birthday.
But we are not having a birthday.
It sound like it's like a decision you're making about her life. She's never getting a birthday.
In society, it kind of is like a big fucking deal because, well, not a big deal, but it's a big enough deal where we were thinking about it. And we were like, we could spend like $800 on a birthday for her that she will not remember. That will be identical to the other birthdays that we have been going to, which are either one of two things. Either you are one at the parents' or grandparents' house, and it is under a tent, and you're getting stuff catered, and it's hamburgers, hot dogs. Or at this age, it's at like a play place where it's like an indoor jungle gym type place, and they have all these activities. Or one was at a trampoline thing like Tom did, but like other than that, it is.
But you can just take her to do that for a lot less money than paying for a bunch of other people to go.
Well, I also don't think it matters because she's not going to remember anything, and she doesn't have any friends to spend it with yet.
She doesn't. So that's the other thing too. She doesn't go to daycare, so she doesn't. We don't have any daycare friends that she would invite.
She have cousins.
She does not have. She has a cousin.
Okay.
His birthday is in like that birthday is in like 2 weeks or something. He's turning 3. But again, it was just to us, it was just like, what's the point? Like to just do the exact same thing that everyone else has done for their kids. She can get a birthday that is like a real birthday next year or even the year after. It doesn't matter. Like
my brother just did family for the first.
That's all we're doing. We're doing
year
family.
3, they did a birthday because she had friends from daycare.
Well, that's the other thing too. So with the first kid, like she got a big first birthday, but if we have another kid, we already said like kid number 2's first birthday is not going to be anywhere near what her first birthday was. And if they want to look back at the pictures and go, what the fuck, mom and dad, then they can.
It's more of the party is for you and Britt at this point. Like
it was really a celebration of the fact we had our first kid and the kid made it to 1 and we didn't fuck up.
Sure.
So you know, so
this is like in Oppenheimer where
I didn't see it yet.
No spoilers for Oppenheimer, but obviously he invents the bomb, and one of the things that he gets told is I'm
gonna cancel my tickets.
Come on.
One of the things
next you're gonna tell me it's a big fucking bomb.
Oh, it's big, baby. It's big. But he gets told like they're gonna shower you with trophies and awards because it will help them like ease their conscience. And that it's the same thing with you. You're like, this party is for us, not
first birthday. Compare that to tens of thousands of people dying, over 100,000. But yeah, sure. But anyway, so
same thing.
Yes,
exactly. No one died. It was a movie.
Did anyone die in the making of that film? Maybe, we don't know. So
to check.
No, it's very interesting to see how much she is growing. Even recently, she's like starting to ask more questions now, even though they're two-word questions. It's like she's really turning into like a real person now.
That was the goal, wasn't it?
It's fun to see. Yeah, you would think. Other than that, I did get something that I do want to show you. Hold on. This is this is like the biggest nerding out Rome thing I've ever done.
Right.
So hold on.
He's a normie.
Remember when he said
it's going to be just some generic normie shit?
He was like, I don't really have anything.
This is a total normie move.
They don't have
He's going to show some normie ass fucking shit right now.
Normie ass Tuna.
Oh yeah. Wow.
No, poster is nerdy. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like this.
Okay. So hello.
Yep.
Hello, and welcome to Movie Phone.
Oh my god, this fucking thing. This is why I shouldn't do presentations. So this is my Roman emperor's family tree chart that lists all the Roman emperors in the Western Roman Empire, all the way to at the bottom. We got Charlemagne, who is the guy who starts all the dynasties in the West. Got it from usefulcharts.com. So there you go.
That's pretty cool.
You didn't even make this at FedEx Kinko's?
No. I got the frame.
It's good.
Very nice. I like it.
I thought it was going to get majorly made fun of.
Oh,
no.
Why would you get made fun of for this? I sent you 2 different articles about Rome this week.
All right. I mean, we start over here with Julius Caesar at the top. We go all the way, baby.
Where are your top 3 on the list? Where are your top 3?
I mean, my top 3 probably
in no particular order.
In no order. We got Claudius over here.
Okay.
My boy.
Wow, that's a lot of people coming up from Claudius.
Trajan.
All right.
Another one of my boys. Marcus. Maybe Hadrian.
How about in the blues and the purples? Where's your favorite?
Oh, the blues. We got major problems down in the blues. This is the
crisis. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite disaster on there?
Oh, it's got to be fucking like
we're back
Nero
up in the
or
reds.
Caligula.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know at least a little bit of information about every single name there?
The ones that have been the ones that were emperor for like a decent period of time. People that were emperors for like 6 months. No.
Sure.
Okay.
So what happened to those people?
They were either assassinated or killed, or
no one steps down, right? There's no.
You don't. Actually, one person did step down.
Okay. Where's that?
There is one person who did.
See, now I like that you have the chart, because now you can be like, well, he's over here. These were his parents.
The chart. But
also likes the chat too. Says I'm way too excited about this board.
Here we go. Diocletian over here, Mr. Purple.
Okay.
He starts up the Tetrarchy, which are like rule by 4. So he starts with 4 emperors, and he makes this guy Maximian step down as well and retire.
He must be.
Diocletian stays out. Maximian says, "No, I want to come back."
I figured that.
Yeah, he wants to come back. Yeah, so there you go.
There we go.
I like that.
There you go.
Oh my God! Ow!
That's great.
So there you go. I'll be back, but you guys can continue. That's all I got.
All right. Dan, why don't you go? What do you got? What's going on?
Let's see. At one point this week, I thought I had a new job, and then realized it was a scam pretty quickly. So no new job, just a scam. Then
no new job, just a scam.
So that was fun. That was a fun, like getting excited and getting like pissed off.
Yeah.
Then let's see, I went to the doctor for the first time in like way too long. Like it's got to be like 8-10 years.
10 years?
Well, like I've been to doctors when I've had like issues, but like I haven't been just for like a checkup.
Sure.
The only time I did that was during COVID, and then it like last year when I finally went to a doctor, I was like, "Fuck, I haven't been to a doctor in like 3 years. I'm gonna hear some bad news."
Yeah. So like I went, and they're like, obviously, like I'm not a specimen of great health, but I'm not also either gonna die very soon. I don't think so. It's fine.
Did they do a blood panel? Did they do a blood draw?
They took blood.
Yeah.
I have a big bruisey elbow. Probably you
Wait,
can't see on the camera.
What happened?
He just got a checkup.
I went to the doctor for a checkup
for the first time in 8 to 10 years.
First time in like a long ass time.
Wait, you just decided to go for a checkup? You were just like, you know
what? My dentist has been telling me that I have high blood pressure for the last like bunch of times I went. So
how does he know?
Well, because they take my blood pressure when I go to the dentist.
Yeah.
I never really understand why.
I don't get my blood pressure taken.
Never had that happen.
Did they give you any kind of anesthetic?
No.
No.
Well, no, I haven't gotten work done in a while at dentist, but they do it every single time I'm there.
Interesting.
You get your blood,
but whatever.
Not your blood, but you hold on a second. What the fuck?
I've had them take my blood pressure when I got an anesthetic, but that was the only time.
Yeah, not for a cleaning.
No,
but
are you getting blood pressure taken for cleanings?
It's free.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you something right now about these dentists. Let me tell you something. There's 2 things about the dentist that have been going on that I've noticed.
Why are you so angry about this?
Okay, because it gets ridiculous.
Number
one
thing
about the dentist.
Yeah.
They are all being acquired by this company called the Smilist.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know if you heard about it. They're all getting acquired. All these mom and pop dentists are getting eaten up by the Smilist. Okay,
great.
Number 2, that pisses me off about the dentist. They ask more questions about my medical history than my fucking doctor does. They want to know every single. No. They want to know. Because they want the information. They want to sell the info. I know the conspiracy going on here. It's a bunch of bullshit. Okay. The dentists do not need.
You know that your oral health is connected to a lot of things like your heart.
Yeah. But they don't need all this other stuff. They don't. There's a lot of stuff that they want to know. They want to know everything.
Like what? Like how many times a week you're fucking? Like what kind of info?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Tuna, when you go to the dentist, do they ask you to put on your pants? Because I don't do that when I go to the dentist.
Well, you're going to the wrong dentist.
Oh, they don't get in there with the scraper?
Whoa.
Alex, I hate to say it, but you sound a little bit like an anti-dentite.
Well, what's funny is that my dentist is very anti-lawyer. So he was complaining to me the other day about how all these lawyers, they charge with these fees for all this stuff. I'm like, you charge me $100 to come in here.
Maybe this is why he's fucking with you, because he knows you're a lawyer.
Well, I mean, I have dental insurance, but I know how much that guy charges. Like the cleaning is one fee, and then his little song and dance he does when he comes in at the end of the cleaning, where he just like taps a couple teeth at the back and goes, all right, $100. I'm like, $100 just to tap some teeth?
I gotta tell you,
teeth tapping.
I found a dentist that is great. He's super nice.
Well, can I just all right.
I
like this guy.
I've had the same dentist for years.
Wait, you like this guy now?
I like him. Yeah, no, I like him. I like this guy. I'm just saying, it's a whole bunch of bullshit.
Oh my god,
you can't trust him.
Well, that's what happened too when he sold his practice to the Smilist. He stayed on, but they replaced all the dental hygienists were replaced.
I go to Long Island Dental Excellence. I don't think they're selling out to the Smilist anytime soon.
I'll bet you any amount of money the Smilist is coming for him. I'm telling you right now.
Alex, you've got to start like a TikTok account about this.
Brushing my teeth.
Brush.
Wolfslore in the chat says the Smilist, that sounds like a serial killer you'd find in a drama. It does sound like one of the villains in Dexter.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The ice truck killer, the Smilist.
I'm telling you, man.
Trinity killer.
Telling you.
Well, Dan, what happened with the regular doctor?
No, I went in there. They gave me a bunch of tests. They took like blood, because I mentioned the blood pressure thing. They took like blood pressure. They gave me a little blood pressure at home thing I have to do.
Yeah.
So they can monitor it for like the next month to see if they want to put me on any medication for it.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
So you have to do it once. How many times a day you got to do it?
2 a day. 1 in the morning, 1 at night.
Mm.
It takes about 30 seconds.
So then before this, though, what would they do to diagnose these kinds of things? Because they were definitely not sending people home with this, were they?
They probably just gave him. The guy doesn't want to put me on medication, was what he said. So
because you're in your 30s.
Yeah. So like he was like, we'll see. We'll just monitor it and see if like there's anything to worry about, and then blah blah blah. Seemed like a nice guy. No problems with him.
How'd you find him?
I went through my list on my health insurance, and I've looked at all the reviews and picked a guy with good reviews.
Great.
And he's nearby.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was a good way to go about it.
Should we go back to doctors doing house calls? I feel like maybe we should
go back to doctors. A question from Alex.
I'd like to leave my house as little as possible in my life.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If I have to have medical work done, I'd like to be in a place that like is supposed to be like sanitary and they have whatever tools necessary in case.
Are you calling your own house dirty?
No, but I also don't know if like they have to do blood draws and stuff that I want them doing it in my office or my living room.
Most traumatic.
I'd rather be in a place.
Most traumatic experience ever was when my daughter was possibly had a milk protein allergy, so they had to draw blood, and Quest doesn't do it baby draws at the place. They came to our house and had her sit in a living room chair with Britt and draw it, and it was, I've never seen a kid like, she hyperventilated, like it was the most horrific.
Yeah, well, first of all,
and then they
giant needle,
and then they lost the blood.
They lost the blood.
They lost it, and they wanted to come. I don't know. They lost
hold on. What?
They lost the vial, and they said, "Oh, we'll come back, and we won't charge."
Billionaire bought it.
And Britt was like, "Yeah,
let me drink that baby blood. Mitch McConnell going for another week."
Baby shots. Holy crap. They lost it? I would have been furious.
Oh, we were furious. We were furious, and it was such a traumatic experience. The Brit was like, when they were like, we'll come back, and we won't charge you. Brit was like, oh, you won't charge us? She was like, oh. And then it was like, no, we're not doing it again. If she has the milk protein allergy, we'll put her on the formula now. Like, forget it. We're done. I'm not doing it. It was horrible.
Wow. You better fucking refund us for the first one.
That was the other thing. Yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
The worst customer service experience you could ever have is in the medical field. It's
that's because you have no options.
I know, because you have no fucking options. It's the worst. No fucking accountability on those fucking office assholes. Sure. Anyway, sorry, Dan. High blood pressure. What about it?
No, that's about it. I don't remember where else I was going to go with. Oh yeah, and I've also, unrelated to the doctor thing at all, just because that's the end of that story. I've never bothered watching it before because my dad liked the show and I always found it creepy.
Okay.
But I know that a lot of people watched the show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Hulu, so I watched the first season.
Sure, it's Brooke's favorite show.
It's entertaining. It's pretty entertaining.
That is Brooke's favorite show.
Oh yeah, big time.
Speaking of shows, I just put on Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Okay. In the background because I've seen them all already.
Yeah.
Those first couple episodes in the first 2 seasons. Wow.
Yeah. There's like no budget. And
totally different show.
They're doing is more like urban legendy, and they're going to like folklorologists, like mythologists, so they like, tell them about like where the folklore came from. They stopped doing that.
It's so early. It's so funny too.
They don't have the B team.
No, they don't have the B team. The guests on the show are like, "Hi, this is blah blah blah," and you're watching Mythbusters. Like,
what's the name of the girl that she's
the
still
folklorist?
There? No, there.
Scotty.
Scotty, because she doesn't really like being on camera, but that's why they ended up getting Carrie, because
Grant. No, Carrie was not. Grant is the person she replaced her.
Was Carrie there already?
Carrie was there already.
Oh, because they were doing Scotty a lot, and then it was like,
but it was Scott. Yeah. If in the beginning episodes when they weren't the official B team, they were just helping. It was Scotty, Carrie, and Tori.
Yeah.
Scotty leaves. Grant comes on. Carrie goes on maternity leave. Jesse comes on. Carrie comes back.
What I was thinking about.
Jesse died, and then she died trying to like break the speed of like the land speed record.
Yep.
I think she broke it actually.
Carrie worked on like that documentary about it.
Oh,
I never watched it. I should watch it.
I forgot what you were talking about for a second. I immediately I was like, we talking about Saved by the Bell?
Yes. And then the last couple seasons, or the last season, or the last 2 seasons, Tori, Grant, and Carrie didn't come to a contract agreement, so it was just back to Jamie and
Discovery cut their budget significantly. Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Was the show just not doing as well?
I mean, it was on for 13 seasons, 14 seasons by then. It was.
This is. There you go.
Also, on top of that, like people started cutting cable and not watching the show, you know, so that was the other thing there with that. But they tried rebooting with some new Mythbuster people.
Yes,
and it didn't work. But the only reason they tried that was because like it cost too much money to have Jamie and to have Adam at that point. Sure, like, but if we get 2 new guys, the show can be a hell of a lot cheaper. That didn't work. What I will tell you was very good was Mythbusters Junior. They only did 1 season of it, but it's Adam with kids, and they're like all like 12 to like 14, maybe like 15, and they're all like, you know, super fucking smart kids.
Mm-hmm.
It is very much in the vein of like classic Mythbusters. It's just Adam doing it with a pack of children. Which is it's basically like Adam with the B team in a way. However he probably felt the B team was.
And Wolf's Law asked, didn't Adam and Jamie have a falling out too? I remember something about
that. No, they never had a falling out. I just think that they were professional, but never friends.
Yes, they're just very different people. Jamie doesn't really like being on screen. He's said this before. So like the show was being made like someone came to Jamie to make the show because Jamie was like, you know, making all these props and doing all these other things. And he was like, there's no way I'm like doing this alone. Like I need someone who wants to be on camera. And so like he went to Adam, and that's how that happened. But they always talk often about how like, oh no, they like get along great on camera, but like
they don't Adam I think has said like they've never gone to dinner together. Like they've never gone out for a drink together.
They're
like,
not
that's just not.
They don't have common interests other than the thing that they do for work.
Right. And then if you care enough, if you go, I'm sure obviously Chris
is a lot older than him too.
I think he's like 10 years older. So if you go on Adam Savage's Tested channel on YouTube and you search for Mythbusters stuff, you'll get a lot of answers to any questions you have.
Yeah, it's great.
I
also,
binged that.
Savage Industries, you should watch that. That was a show that they tried to follow up with as well with Adam. They only did one season, probably because it's crazy expensive. But it's basically like each episode they just do some crazy fucking build. And they're clearly way too expensive. Which is why you don't get another one.
Speaking of quickly TV shows, I did start watching 2 shows.
Okay, what? Before we get to that, why don't we see if Tom or I have anything to talk about?
Well, I thought maybe if you were watching it, you would segue into that.
Tuna wants multiple chances to talk about his life.
Well, it's not my life. It was a TV show. It's not like I'm saying this is what I did in the weekend.
But I've got some video games I want to talk about. I did some stuff. I'm sure Tom has as well. Tom saw some movies.
I mean, these are shows that are seen by all. It's not like I saw them in a silo by myself.
Absolutely.
So you're not telling us about the shows you're watching in the silo by yourself?
Tom, he's teasing.
Tom, what's up? What's going on?
I didn't mean to hijack this part of the
and yet he interrupts again.
Fine. I was curious. I'm excited to hear what you got. We did Barbenheimer on Saturday. So Oppenheimer at like 1, then we had Mexican food after that, Tex-Mex.
Was yours the 70 millimeter?
No, so there's only one theater in this area, and it's in the city, but it's booked. Every screening for until the run is done is booked solid.
Yeah, well, with the strike that it might come back, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. They'll just keep running. No, but we did see it in regular IMAX. Loved it. Very much enjoyed it. Definitely top tier Nolan film.
Hell yeah.
And Barbie was a lot of fun as well. And it was a great day. It was really fun doing that. So we did.
You liked Oppenheimer, it sounds like, a lot more than Barbie.
Well, I think that I enjoyed Barbie.
I always thought Tom's more of a Barbie girl, personally.
I enjoyed Barbie quite a bit. And I mean, it's funny how much it kind of shares with Oppenheimer, the kind of similarities when it comes to tone. And I think it's
what?
Well, in terms not tone, in terms of the topic.
What the fuck am I about to go see when I see Oppenheimer?
No,
they're basically the same movie. One's pink.
The people drawing like comparisons between like the messages of the movie and things like that.
What people?
Just online.
These sound like psychopaths.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Well, Oppenheimer is a movie about in some respects. I mean, the Barbie movie is a lot heavier in the topics that it's dealing with than I think you might think on the surface. Like it's literally about like this Barbie, Margot Robbie's Barbie is malfunctioning essentially, and is like no longer living the Barbie life dream. Like she's starting to have like thoughts of death and like become like things like that, complex emotions and things.
Yeah, it's not a kid's movie.
I think
honestly, Barbie felt like a Charlie Kaufman movie.
Did you you saw it?
Yeah, it's the best movie I've seen this year. Definitely in theaters, at least. It's really fucking good.
I really
Did you think it was a kid's movie, Tom?
No.
Oh, okay.
It sounded like you might have thought it was a kid's movie.
It sounded
like
a
Charlie Kaufman movie.
My mom threw that
The
out.
Science
Like,
of Sleep.
Why is everyone watching this toy movie?
Eternal Sunshine. It feels like it was made by
definitely Eternal Sunshine.
It's very like existentialism. Sure. There's a lot of.
Well, I only said it because Tom, you sounded like your tone sounded like you were a little surprised that there were all these heavy topics.
No.
Because I was going to be surprised because I feel like you're very up on the old films.
I mean, no, I knew it was going to be covering a lot of the stuff. Anyway, had a great time with both of those films. But yeah, I mean, I did. You sound
like you're breaking up with one of the films.
No, Chris was asking. He was
I had a great time with both of those films, but I just don't see a future with.
I just don't see a future with.
I don't see a future
yeah.
with Barbie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brooke and I have been playing a lot of Diablo still. The new season is out, and it's actually been great because the new season forces you to create a new character, and being able to jump into it and start a new character after having like understanding the mechanics of the game, understanding like how to level up and like best do a build and things. It's been way smoother playing the game with a new character and building that up. So I actually texted Chris the other day because I was like, can I play Diablo until like 3 a.m, like from 7 to 3 one day? And that's most of the gaming that I have been doing. I tried out the Sea of Stars demo.
Oh, cool.
Very kind of excited for that full release. And then the only other thing bringing up is we're recording on a Thursday, which we've now switched to a Wednesday as a regular day. And I went to an event in the city last night. Brooke and I both went to a pop-up called Versona, which is eventually going to be its own like thing. It's just a pop-up right now, but it'll be a dedicated location, and it's meant to be like Spin.
The Smilist.
It's right, the Smilist. Spin, or that Swingers mini golf place that we've talked about before.
Wait, there's a Swingers mini golf place?
There's a place in the city called Swingers. Remember I texted you that image?
Called Swingers. Okay.
Remember I texted you that image because we had been talking about Swingers on the podcast, and then I texted you guys an image of a place.
Yeah.
That a sign that said Swingers, and it's like this mini golf place in the city. And what was funny was one of the PR people that we were chatting with at the event last night brought it up. She was like, yeah, it's kind of like Swingers, but it's video games, right? And Brooke didn't know that like the Swingers golf club existed. So she was like, it's like what? But the idea is it's, it's like those places. It's kind of like a barcade, but instead of it being a dive bar where there's arcade machines, it is you go in, there's a lounge area, there's a bar, and then there's pods that you reserve that have like giant TVs, and like actually there's like multiple screens. There's one big screen and then smaller screens so people can play different things, and then they have like consoles. So we were playing Mario Kart last night. They just had the one pod, but this one that they're going to open in New York, they had the the blueprint, the floor plan for what it'll eventually look like, and they're going to have 10 pods around the area, and it was cool. Like I think I don't necessarily know like how successful of an idea this is going to be, because Brooke was like, well, I could just drink and play video games at home, and but it'd be fun for us to maybe give it a go. But we did that last night, had a lot of wine, free fucking wine, so we were actually out to the fucking crack of dawn last night on a fucking Wednesday of all days. So that was that, and yeah, that's really been our week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. So I played some games this week. Alex and I played, because we didn't do Avatar Sunday, we played more We Were Here Forever.
Very nice. Yeah.
This is something, again, we've asked for it. You and Dan have not come to do a stream for We Were Here too. I don't know why, but I need to see it happen. But man, We Were Here Forever.
I played We Were Here too, but I played it with Wolf.
Okay, well,
because I forgot that this was a thing.
Do it.
That's right.
Well, so you guys should be doing the new one then together. Forget 2, because the new one is it's the best one so far, Alex. I think. I would say.
Oh
yeah. Their puzzle making skills, the things they've come up with, have been very good, and there are a lot of new ideas and things that we haven't quite seen. They're taking a lot of like classic puzzles too, and giving them good twists. But one of the craziest things we had to do, and this isn't really a spoiler, Alex, because you figure out immediately what you're going to have to do. I want to tell them because it's so crazy. But there's a point where I'm in one room and Alex is in another, and he's speaking to something that needs to be translated, and I need to translate it. So like I have a translation book, and Alex is hearing what the thing is saying, but it's not words. It's making it's like a creature that makes noises. So Alex has to then mimic the noises that it's making to me.
Amazing.
And I have to listen to different things, and then I'm mimicking shit back to Alex. And I'm like, well, is it like this? I'm like, is it like rah, rah, rah? And he's like, no, it's more like rah, 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 rah. It was so fun, fucking crazy. I couldn't believe we pulled it off, because every time one of us would have to try and be like, all right, here's what it sounds like. I think there's no way I'm going to get this correct. And I think we only screwed it up twice. Maybe we only messed up twice the whole time. God, that was unbelievably fun. We are, I think, nearing the final act of the game.
So.
I think so. I think we have one more section, and then we're in the final area of the game. We've been playing it slowly since February. So that makes sense. But I did play a game this week that I think, Dan, you seem like the target audience to this game more than anyone else.
Definitely a game I'm not gonna like.
I don't know. This feels like a game that you would play. You can play it on Nintendo Switch. You can play it on Steam. You can put it on a Steam Deck. It's not on PS5 or on Xbox. It's called, yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them.
What?
The game is called, yeah, you want those games, right?
Justin Roiland?
No.
Just rattling off random words in a row.
So whenever I play, a phone game, you get these stupid ads where they have these fake games that you see, these fake mobile ad games all the time, where it's oh, the guy's running from something and you have to open the doors and let them through, or pull or where you have to move the cars and get the car. But the games that they're promoting are never actually the game.
Never that.
Yeah. So someone took those games and made a game, and so we called it, yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them.
This is a Gamebusters clue, Chris. That's what that is.
It's straight up, and it's really funny because they designed the menu and the way you get points and stuff to look like a mobile game. You get stars for clearing things, and you get
can I also buy speed ups and just different little microtransactions within the game, because that's part of the fun.
I don't know. I think I haven't seen all of it yet, but you do
unlock if you want to build it in 2 minutes. You can wait 2 minutes, or you could pay $30. Well, I do want it now.
But it was so funny because the only one that it doesn't have, which is the thing I wanted most, is the stupid one where it's the guy is running and you have to go to do you want the 2 times multiplier? Or do you want plus
I've
400?
Actually found that game and it worked, and it actually was the game, but it wasn't.
Maybe that's why it's not in there.
It wasn't the ad the game was for, though. But I did search it and found the actual phone game that it was based on.
When
and
I checked
the
comments,
was boring after 2 rounds.
When I checked the comments, everyone was like, "Can you please add this type of game?" But they have the one where you have to move the colors around to get all. In fact, what was that game that we played recently, Dan? That first-person puzzle game.
I know what you're talking about.
It was an escape room. Well, there was a section in it.
I don't remember the name.
There was a section in it. Was it the palindrome syndrome?
Yeah.
There was a section in that game where you're in a lab and you have to mix different chemicals and test tubes so that they're all the same color. It's
you weren't mixing. You were reorganizing them so they matched. Yeah.
So there's a bunch of them. There's 5 different games in it, and then you have different levels. It was so stupid. It's $10. I had to buy it. The name itself sold me. Yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. It's great. And then I also played another VR game. Well, I've been playing VR mini golf, of course. I love it. And I've been finally playing Beat Saber and getting into it, because I couldn't play it before because my back was not good. And now that I've lost enough weight, I can play it and it doesn't hurt. Man, that game is a workout. Holy shit.
Yeah. You will sweat.
I was drenched. I played for an hour and a half. I was like, I gotta go fucking shower. That was
workout.
Yeah, that's crazy. But the Room VR just came out. So I started the Room, and man, you both played this, I think, on Quest.
I played it.
I played the original mobile game.
Oh,
I never played the VR version.
There's 3 mobile games.
Yeah, the original one. I have played that one.
Yeah, it's good.
It's really fun. I'm in the room I'm in the second room. You've got like a mummy and all this other stuff. It's very cool. It's really fun. Honestly, VR games like being escape rooms or puzzle boxes or things like that, it feels like the kind of thing there should just be millions of these. Like there should just be like an unlimited amount of it. Why someone hasn't gone to like Chris Ramsey and done like a Chris Ramsey like puzzle box game, or these like companies who make these like, $30,000 puzzle boxes, like they should just commission someone to make a VR version of these things. Like it would be unbelievable. It'd be great. So
it would definitely be something.
Had a lot of fun with that. And on Saturday, I went to a water park.
Yes, you did.
The water park.
Yes.
So
yes.
So we went to Raging Waters, which
the park.
Yes, the park. I am a little undecided as to whether or not I preferred over the Hurricane Harbor that I went to with Alex and Dan. In some ways, there are things that are better, but there's also some things that are worse. The Lazy River, which is one of my favorite things, is definitely worse. Now, it was interesting because it is something I've wanted for a while. It is a not so lazy river because they call it the Amazon River. And let me tell you, this thing moves. This thing has got some momentum. Like if you are not in a tube, like it is like it is pushing you. Like it is flowing. I've never been in a lazy river anywhere near this fast.
Is it based on the website? That's why it's like fast?
Well, it's the Amazon River. It's not AmazonRiver.com.
Well, it could be the Amazon.com river.
Yeah. It's not based on the website. It would get you delivered in less than 2 days. But the thing I'll say is it was small. The Amazon River is small. And the wave pool was also small. But both of those experiences were also like not great because we're in the middle of a heat wave and we went on a Saturday, so it was fucking packed. We got the speed pass and their website price was different than the price at the place. So when I showed that to them, I was like, well, hey, it said it was $55 for the premium one because they had like standard, which just lets you do, when we went, if you guys remember, you could go and like scan your bracelet and whatever the current wait time is, you just show up when it's time. But it doesn't actually get you on anything faster, but it allows you to go in another line while you're waiting or whatever. So we did basically twice as many rides. Their premium one cuts the current wait time in half. So if the wait time's 30 minutes, you wait 15, which is great. And then they have the elite one, which is 1/10. But that's like $110.
That's all bullshit. Fuck that.
So I complained. I was like, well, this said it was $55 for the premium on the website. So, and then when I clicked it, and then during checkout, even though I still had 55 selected, it changed it to standard because they didn't update the website. I was apparently supposed to go select the like $75 one. So I complained. I was like, well, look, this is what I tried to buy. And they were like, oh, I guess we didn't update that. And so he brought it to the manager and they upgraded all four of us to the elite one. So we went on we didn't wait more than 7 minutes for a single ride all day.
Very nice. Very nice.
It was fucking unbelievable. Wow. We were probably some of the most hated people in that park that day. We passed people in that line multiple times. Like, we would get off the line, get right back on the fucking line. Oh my God. Honestly, I understand why someone might want to throw down $100 and do that because you could go on just ride. It was the longest wait time we had all day was 7 minutes. It's fucking nuts.
Pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
The rides are a little bit more family oriented, so even their biggest rides, like the tallest
you're saying they were making full families wait.
Yeah, because nice. So, you know what's interesting? They have weight limits on stuff. 250 for single riders for a lot of stuff. Some of it it's 3. But then like groups. So they were like sometimes where we get up there and it was like, please 2 of you step on the scale.
Oh, that's so fucking.
But then so that was the first time. But then I found out they do that almost every time, so that they just do it to everyone. But like, I'm like, man, I'm like,
do they make little snide comments too? Like looks like someone's packing on the pound.
That's it was just it was unbelievable.
You have to charge extra to have us not like make jokes about your weight.
And there was
like
one ride
truck fee, like toll.
There's this ride called the Aquajet, and I've never been on a ride anything like it. It was, and this is one of the reasons why I like it so much, is they had a lot of unique stuff there that I like hadn't really seen before. So this one, it's shaped like a log flume.
Right. Yeah.
So like the four of us are on it, like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to see, but you can tell. You can make out the shape long ways instead of, normally it's like a big donut. And the idea with this one is it's supposed to be like being on a roller coaster, but you're on a water ride.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually, it's not like you go up and just come down. It's like doing like up and down throughout it. And so the kind of jets that it has on it, the water's going super fast. You're going like 35 miles an hour at one point on it. It's crazy. It did feel like you were on a roller coaster. But that one, it was like a 700-pound weight limit. So it's like 4 people. They're like, the first time around, the 4 of us got on the scale, no problem. The second time, the guy goes, I'm just going to send you guys each in 2s. So the next 2 times he sent us in 2s. I thought it was fast when it was the 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
When it was just 2 of us in that thing, we were catching air at one point.
Oh no.
It was going so unbelievably fast. The first time I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like this. This is really fast. And the second time I was like, oh my God, we're gonna die. Like awesome. It is probably, I think we were probably a little low for the weight when he split us up on that. And then I got to do the thing I've wanted to do, which is the new one where you get in like the Futurama tube and it closes the door and then the floor drops out and you just fucking drop it.
So, speaking of, Futurama's back.
It is back. And they have skins in Fortnite, which look unbelievable. Skins. Holy shit, those animations look so good.
Yeah, they look.
Of course, they have Fortnite skins. Is there anything that doesn't have a Fortnite skin?
A ton of stuff still, but
are you sure?
One Piece. It's coming though. It was leaked for this season, but they haven't still officially announced it. My guess is maybe with the live action launch at the end of August.
That makes
sense. Probably be when that will happen. Which, by the way, I sent the trailer. Don't know if you guys watched it. Alex did yesterday.
It was really good.
Surprisingly, right?
Surprisingly, really. Like, I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I like this.
The only thing that's always going to be corny, and I was kind of hoping maybe they would just not do it in the live action, is the like call out of attacks.
Yeah. you gotta have that.
I guess you gotta have it, right? At least they're going for it. But like when they showed Buggy and he's like splitting into pieces and he's like chop chop, I'm like, oh boy.
I think that's where the charm comes from.
It is.
Speaking of which, Brooke and I have officially started One Piece. 3 episodes.
One Piece.
Yeah, we watched it's funny because we watched like half of the first episode.
Take one step and that's it.
And Brooke didn't like and this was the basic like One Piece. And then Chris was like, no, you should watch One Piece. And it's something that you brought up before, like, oh well, One Piece that they're cutting stuff and like, but the story's still ongoing, so they might be cutting stuff that they don't know about or whatever. Anyway, we started it, and it starts with the original start of the way the manga starts, which is Luffy's origin. And Brooke was like way more into it after that, and I was like, yeah, this is a better setup. And like the One Piece show tries to introduce I forget who the name of the woman on the first woman that joins Nami. They tease her in the first episode of One Piece. I guess as like a background character or whatever, but they don't do that in the manga, and like they do cut that out in One Piece. So yeah, it's way more adhering to the original anime. So we will keep up with it. Oh, another thing that we started, but I don't think we're going to continue because we're all caught up on all of our animes. So like we're like desperate for content. Started the reboot Digimon Adventure that came out 3 years ago.
Oh,
so they basically redid.
Yeah.
Set it in modern times, redoing Digimon Adventure. Wasn't thrilled with the first episode. Apparently, the first 3 episodes are actually like a movie that broke up into 3 episodes, and then it kind of gets started. But I looked into it, and like all of the things that they're talking about, like oh, because Tai is like and Agumon are way more the, you know, the kind of mascots of Digimon. They are way more front and center in the reboot than they are in the original. And
interesting.
Apparently he gets, you know, one of the cool things about Digimon, I think, is like the characters have arcs and they have their dedicated episodes.
Yeah.
And apparently he's just like thrust into storylines. Like people, the joke is like it's the Tai show or whatever. And I was like, oh, I don't know about that. And then they talk about like, yeah, they also like rush the Digivolutions, like they get through them a lot faster. I was like, that's not great. Like,
no, you want it, you want the payoff.
Yeah, you want the payoff. When they go ultimate, like when you see Skull Greymon or when Patamon finally digivolves into Anjumon, like that shit was so tight.
That was
shit was so
I mean, when they
tight,
get the crest,
dude.
when they get the crest too.
Yeah,
like
and they get that ultimate.
Yeah,
they get
the original series
forms.
was really cool, and then it just went fucking off the
Digimon,
rails.
Digital Monsters.
I liked Digimon Adventure 2, especially because they were like, surprise, Myotismon is the villain. He never died, and like he digivolved, and he's the villain of season 2.
Well, I like the verbiage. Digivolved. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's great shit.
So we might just watch the original Digimon, because I've wanted to go back and rewatch it, because I want to know if it is just rose tinted glasses or if it was as epic.
It will be, because it is made for children.
Sure, in the 90s as well.
Yes. When you see the 3D elements of it, you're gonna be like, fuck.
Oh yeah. So we started watching that reboot, but the only positives, they were like, yeah, the thing that the reboot does better is they use the Digivices more. Like, they're not just using it for the Digivolutions, like they use it to contact each other. And I was like, I don't give a shit about any of that. As long as it's digivolving these motherfuckers, like that's all I needed to do. I don't, and then the other thing, real quick, you brought up the fact that we didn't play Avatar this week. Brooke and I were away on Sunday as well, because we went to a TMNT Mutant Mayhem experience. They kind of built the turtle's lair.
Sure, that's cool.
So you just went to a real subway?
No, not a subway, a sewer.
Yes, there you go, you fool. Same thing here in New York. Same thing.
Yeah.
But if
you're talking about the restaurant, it's definitely the same thing.
Yeah, it's same quality.
Yeah.
It's this thing where you walk through, and like you're walking through the tunnels of the sewer, and each like tunnel is like themed after. So there was one when you get to like Raphael's tunnel and room, he has like a workout room, and the tunnel to it is just like gym bags, like orange gym bags all the way, like you're in a wipeout kind of situation. And then at the end they have their lair with each of their things. It's cool. It's in the city. I think it's a free thing that you can get tickets for. And there's one in LA as well, Chris, I believe. And I think it's happening through the weekend up until the release of the film next week. So, and apparently the film is fantastic. So
sure,
excited. Gonna get tickets, see that at some point.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, and the Meg too.
The Meg 2. Brooke is ready for that one for sure.
Yeah.
I love Meg 1, so
it's funny.
I'm not poo-pooing Meg 2.
I don't know that I love it, but I enjoyed watching it. It was funny.
I enjoyed it.
That's a movie that I'm definitely gonna go to happy hour first, and then
the Meg as well.
Yeah.
Yes, the Meg, and there we go.
Great. Want to talk about some news?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, Alex, you're watching TV shows?
Silo. Yeah, we'll talk about
that's
it.
right.
We'll talk about it next time. Talk about it next time.
Watching Silo.
Talk about it in the post show.
Shiloh?
I was watching Silo and Hijack.
Right. Hijack is great. I'm excited for the final episode next week.
Okay.
Okay, dokie.
News. It's been another light news week. We're in some doldrums in between Summer Games Fest and before all the releases hit this fall. There's a couple of things. Xbox dashboard got a big makeover, so that's nice. It it basically is slimming down a lot of the options. I also think it's giving a lot more. It's like easier to find the library and the store and like the settings menu and things like that. I haven't checked it out myself, but you should have that update on your Xbox. Has anyone noticed that? Has anyone been on their Xbox?
It alerted me there would be an update, but it looked the same to me.
What are they changing? The interface?
It's very similar.
You know what they do? They just update the interface every 6 to 12 months for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do it like big time.
Yeah.
It didn't seem noticeable to me whatever they did this time.
Now,
I liked it more when it was less cluttered.
Yeah.
And you could
This
actually
is less cluttered.
you could actually see the picture or wallpaper that you wanted.
Then you will like this better.
Because there was one that was on the Xbox One that was like, I had the Titanfall background, and it was like every single time it loaded up, it was just I could just see the Titanfall background, and that was great. It wasn't just like Clutter City.
Yeah. This fronts your background a lot more. It has a lot less. Most of the stuff is like on the bottom. It's almost like an inverted PlayStation setup, except they still have tiles instead of just, the little buttons.
Yeah, that Windows 8, like old Windows 7 design. And another thing with the background, you can have it be more like the PlayStation 5. So instead of having one wallpaper, it'll change the background based on the game you have kind of highlighted that you're fanning through. So that's another thing. But unlike the PlayStation 5, you can actually just have a dedicated wallpaper and theme, as opposed to the PS5, which just doesn't let you do it, which is so stupid.
Well, I mean, let's also talk about the Nintendo Switch, which hasn't ever had
oh my god, black
update.
Yeah, you go into themes and it's like black theme, white theme.
It's also like, how about we just only let you see like a handful of games, and you then have to cycle through them, and you can't make folders. Like the fucking 3DS had folders. Like, come on.
Yeah. So bad. Speaking of the Switch, Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages available through Switch Online now for
oh shit,
people that want to check that out.
Okay. That's awesome.
I never played them, but I know they're quite beloved.
Yeah, I only played one. I didn't have the other one, so that's cool.
Well, what's interesting is they were originally going to be a trilogy of games after the Triforce. There was originally going to be 3, but they just didn't have time to do 3. Didn't have enough ideas, so then they switched it to Ages and Seasons.
They had like a live action Link for a commercial for that game.
Oh, interesting.
This was like around the GameCube era, where they started experimenting with, like, they also did like a live action Samus like not long after for Metroid Prime. Cool. It was pretty cool.
This is also, I believe, a Capcom game, not a Nintendo game.
Right.
Capcom developed versus having Nintendo.
Which is weird because for whatever reason, and it tells you, like, people think about Zelda as like this like big franchise for Nintendo, but really, like, it never did anywhere near the numbers it does now. And
right.
Even at its height, at its height, it never did more than like a third of what the current biggest Nintendo games do now.
Twilight Princess was the previous bestseller before Breath of the Wild, and that was really only because the Wii was so popular. Right. It didn't really have a lot to do with the game itself.
So around this point in time, it was, just like a handful of million sellers. Like, it wasn't. So that's why they were like, hey, like, they also allowed fucking Panasonic to make the CDI game.
Right.
So, like, it's weird. Like, Nintendo would never let someone else use Mario, but they were like, fuck it, you want to make a Zelda game? Go for it.
It's Zelda.
Metroid gets a lot of that treatment as well. In the past.
Super Zelda.
So those are on Switch Online if you want to dip into those.
That's awesome.
And then the only other thing I think worth chatting about, the logo for Modern Warfare 3 has leaked through a Monster energy drink campaign. You might be thinking to yourself, hang on a second, didn't we just have Modern Warfare 2? Basically what it seems has happened is that they were initially going to, the rumors were they were initially going to skip having a full release in 2023, the first time since 2005.
I tried that. I made it like 2 days.
2000. There you go. The 2004 was the last year not to have a new Call of Duty game, which is wild. And the plan was they were going to release just like additional content. There was going to be like a big expansion for Modern Warfare 2. and then they'd have another full release in 2024. But now, then that got spun, apparently, because of the success of Modern Warfare 2. That expansion content was then being moved into a kind of standalone thing, and now that standalone thing is Modern Warfare 3, which I have absolutely no idea how that's going to turn out, because it's really bizarre that
I just want to know if the campaign's going to be good. Like, I want to wait. I'm going to wait, and if reviews are like the campaign is as good as 2, I'm going to buy it, because that campaign was so much fun.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2's campaign was great.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm very, very curious as to, and we were talking about it at work, and they were like, why are they doing this? And I was like, I wonder if there was something where they were like, they want to do Modern Warfare 3 before the franchise becomes like they'll going forward, it'll be an Xbox franchise, probably starting next year. Like, is there something where it's like, oh, let's get as much mileage out of this franchise now, and then when it becomes like an Xbox thing, like we won't have to share these profits and things like that.
Also, they're kind of hurting for money because Overwatch Tours perform so poorly.
Oh yeah, and the league is in shambles and things like that. Yeah, definitely. They definitely want to not make Microsoft regret their decision. So like, here you go, here's Modern Warfare 3 for you fuckers. So it seems like we're gonna get Modern Warfare 3 this year. And then that's the whole kit and caboodle.
Wow, great
for this week.
You want to send us emails or give us a call, it's 805-738-8692, or email at unrankedpodcast.com, or you can go to the questions for the bod in our Discord. Link is in the show notes. Will Brown wrote in, he said, if you were a cookie, what kind of cookie would you be and why? I don't mean that you get to pick the type of cookie.
Sure.
But which type of cookie are you most like? I'm Alex, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Oh, the trefoil.
I think that's what you are, because it's the most normie cookie.
Normie.
Yeah. Might as well just be a fucking piece of cardboard.
Trefoil tuna.
I'll take it. It's a great cookie.
I'm probably like a shortbread. Kind of thick, dense, stocky.
Okay. Shortbread cookie's good.
I like shortbread. Got nothing wrong with it. But I'm no chocolate chip.
Sure.
I feel like I'm one of those cookies with the M&Ms in them, because I'm not very healthy, but it tastes good.
Okay. Even more unhealthy than just regular.
That's got to go on your dating profile. Like on Hinge, we were talking about this actually with people at the event last night about like Hinge and how it has like prompts, right? Like it'll say like, if you were a cookie, like what cookie would you be?
Oh, really?
I think so. There you go. Like, there you go.
I don't know.
That's good. I
don't know what I would be if I'm a cookie.
Samoa?
I like Samoas.
There you go.
Good.
What is Samoa the coconut? Which one's Samoa? Yeah.
Coconut, chocolate. Yeah.
Enough said.
Good. Not for everyone though.
No, it's not. I fucking hate it.
Would you count the cookies that are like, it's a cookie base and then it has like marshmallow on top and then it's like all encased in chocolate? You know
like
what I'm talking about?
Malamar. Oh, right? Malamars are fucking wonderful.
Yeah, I'm probably that's also good because it's like rotund.
Sure,
I could be one of those.
This one, especially for the Long Island guys, do you put your spaghetti and meatballs in sauce or gravy?
Sauce. I don't call it gravy.
Sauce. Yeah.
My family never called it gravy. No one ever called it gravy.
I hadn't heard gravy until like a really long time down the road.
Yeah, I
feel like people say that in like Philly.
Yeah, or I feel like the only people who really say gravy and they really mean it are like the ones who are the stereotypical Italian, which my family is not.
Yeah, the Guidos.
I'm confused.
That's fair.
People will call it gravy instead of sauce.
But it's sauce. It's not like gravy.
It is sauce. They're just calling it that.
Yeah.
They're calling it gravy? What the fuck? When?
Yeah, like baby sauce.
Who's who's doing this?
Bad people.
People who think,
people.
Yeah, people who the most.
You go over a Thanksgiving, they're like turkey and gravy and marinara. So actually, it doesn't sound too bad.
You go talk to the most self-proclaimed most diehard Italians, and they will tell you it's gravy. It's the gravy, Sunday gravy. We always make the Sunday gravy. Give me a break.
Yeah,
it's fucking sauce.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with Tuna. Oh wow, he had 3 questions. This is a great question. Which other member of the pod? Which member of the pod would be the best roommate? Which would be the worst? Ooh, that's a great question. No one here has ever lived with anyone else.
I've lived with someone else.
I live with someone.
Yes, with one another.
We've never lived with each other.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
No one else ever lived with each other.
All right.
Tuna, you're ranking high, and I think you're going down now.
I'm the best roommate by far.
Okay.
By far.
Tuna loves cleaning, first of all.
Constantly cleaning.
Oh, that's true. That's
constantly cleaning. I'm not going to ask you to do anything in terms of like if you like a cool chill weekend for me would just I might not even come out of my room.
Sure.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty easy going.
But you're down to play, Smash.
But yeah, if you knocked on my door and was like, "Let's play Smash," I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
I wouldn't be around a lot. I would be gone like a good amount of the time.
That's also true.
I have to say,
no roommate is the good roommate.
Dan is the wild card here because I also feel like, Dan, you don't really cook, and I have to say, as someone who's had
can cook. When I lived on my own, I cooked more.
Oh, okay. So
I don't.
So now, all right, you're losing points now here because you not cooking was a plus.
I'm not your fucking girlfriend. I'm just a guy who lives there.
Dan, you don't get what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
One of the biggest problems with roommates, is you don't want people making a messy kitchen. You don't want people putting smells in your house that you don't want. You don't want people leaving shit around, taking up too much fridge space. The people that spend too much time in the kitchen. Like
I agree with the smells thing. That's the worst.
So that's why I was saying you don't really cook. I was saying that as like a bonus. You're telling me you're cooking a lot now.
We're cooking frozen chicken nuggets. They smell great. Nothing crazy offensive about that.
So then what's the bathroom? I think it might boil down to the bathroom etiquette. It might boil down to this.
What do you mean by bathroom etiquette? How bad etiquette are you thinking any of us have? Like,
I don't know. I've never lived with any of you. I don't know. I don't know what your bathroom looks like on the reg.
Now I will put this forward to for people to gauge. When you shave, you won't see a fucking speck of hair.
Oh no,
I shave in the shower so that it all goes right down the drain.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't do that. I just make sure I like.
You have a mirror, or you just
have a little hand mirror
down the drain.
There you go.
Little hand mirror, all goes right down the drain. Then you don't have to do anything with water. You can make all the mess you want. It's very easy. You're always like perfectly like.
What about the you're not risk? Well, I guess the hair's short. You're not going to clog anything.
No. Yeah, I don't have a beard.
Okay.
I'm also bringing the bidet, of course. So you're gonna have that on hand.
I'm starting to think, especially after before this podcast, I was like,
the before time.
I think we start washing it. Real quick about the bidet.
Okay,
so I saw an ad for the bidet, and it was talking about
the Tushy one or whatever.
I have absolutely no idea. It was an Instagram, scrolled past it,
sure.
But I read the text as I did, and it was like saying like, oh, it'll save you money, like it'll pay for itself because you're not going to be spending money on toilet paper. Now, is this saying that you're using less?
You're using less. You're not using none. You're
probably using
toilet
paper.
I was like, wait a second.
You got to dry. You got to spot check. You got to dry. You got to spot check.
Yeah, but how are you doing the drying? Because toilet paper gets pretty clumped up pretty quick on the wetness.
Crumpled.
So how's that working?
2 things depending on your bidet. Like mine. Okay. So I have an electric one because I don't have like a hot water thing near my toilet. If you do have a hot water thing in your toilet, then you don't need an electric one because you don't want. I mean, you can do it. You can do just the cold water, but that is
that sounds great. That sounds.
It does sound great to me too. I feel like
not in the winter.
All right,
that water's real cold. That water's real cold.
I'm sure. Yeah, in the pipes.
That water's real cold.
Yeah,
that's just me. That's just me. Some people are good with it. That's just me. But the one, because I have an electric one, it also has a fan.
I don't want to risk burning my
balls.
Well, I mean,
no, it
much
doesn't get
splash?
hot. It doesn't get hot.
Okay.
It doesn't get hot. It just
Burning
makes
Man?
it so that it's like room temperature
Doonch.
instead of like in the winter, the water is fucking freezing.
Okay.
Cold water hitting your balls is not refreshing in the winter.
How much is my ball? Like, how much of the area is it? I thought it was a targeted, like in New Hope when the Vice comes down and they've got the hole and it's boom. I thought it was a pretty targeted, but it sounds like it's more.
No, it can
like
do like a fan style spray, so it hits a little bit more area. Yeah, so it can hit more area. Yeah.
Interesting.
But typically, all I got to do is just spot check. You know, it's a dry spot check on a single wipe. Want it done. It's typically how that works. And it will say if you're having, like, it sounds like Tom was having, if you ate some mistakes earlier in the day or the day before, and you're spending some time in there, boy does that help. Boy does that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You're never gonna have a spicy butthole if you've got a bidet. That's just not gonna happen.
Okay.
Pretty nice.
Next question.
Spicy butthole.
Wait. So okay, everyone pick. So if you got
this is
right.
Oh man,
we gotta
Sophie's choice right here.
This is terrible.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
Oh no.
I think for me, the person, and I really mean this in the nicest way possible.
I don't think you should say whatever you're about to say.
Before
I feel like it's gonna be like a clone of myself.
I think the person that I would least want to live with at this point in my life, would be Tom.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
And it's for two reasons. It's
oh boy,
you have a lot of stuff.
I got stuff.
You do have stuff. You do have a lot of stuff.
So much. Like I have a lot of stuff, but you have so much stuff.
Wait, there's also the point of Tom getting home fucking real late.
That is number two. That is number two. Is Tom, you are so much fun.
Look at his face.
Tom, you're so much fun.
What are you talking about?
You're so much fun, but you are 5 years younger than me, and I don't have that energy.
I mean, I'm not going out and doing.
You go out
you
and do
literally
more.
Just talked about how you
went to a pop-up yesterday.
This
Tom,
was
in a week. You usually do more than I will do in like close to a month. Yeah, you do more. It feels like to me.
That's funny because I feel like I don't do stuff.
I feel like you
live my life
a lot.
Oh yeah.
So, Tuna, you're not doing stuff because you don't want to do anything.
Also, wait a second. If I'm your roommate, do I come with the kid? Because then, if I come with the kid, then that is.
I think we're putting. I think in this scenario, because in this scenario,
Britt got the.
Yeah, Britt has a kid, and you're visiting on weekends, so I've got the place to myself. So Alex is going on the top for that reason.
I'm visiting where on weekends?
The kid,
my old house.
You're spending time with the kid. Yeah,
in my old house.
You've been kicked out.
Hold on. So this is how you think a divorce would go. My ex-wife would tell me,
well, Britt's
after you've obviously done something wrong.
Britt's at her new boyfriend's place on the weekends, and you get to go to the house.
She's letting me use the house.
Well, you're still paying for it because the alimony.
I'm still paying for it.
That's how it works.
Do you think is happening in this divorce? No, what happens in this divorce is I'm out of the house. She's gonna have to buy me out somehow, and then I'm living with what I'm living.
Good luck with that reality.
I'm living with one of you fuckers, and
you're not going back to mom's.
Well, I thought we were roommates. I guess
this is a good point. So you'll have the kid on the weekends.
I'll have the kid on the weekends.
I mean, that might be fun.
What is this? 3 men and a baby?
Probably 2 men and a baby.
You guys could do the NPC videos together.
Right.
That might be fun. I don't know. Maybe Dan. Dan's never around. Dan brought up a great point.
I'm never around. I don't have a bunch of stuff. I generally keep to myself when I'm living in.
Yeah, Dan might be my number one.
I'm a pretty good roommate. That's why I have no roommate, because I can't find someone as good as me to live with.
None of us would be a bad option. That's the thing.
Yeah, that is true.
There isn't like
that is true.
No,
I think
that is true. My only concern with Dan is you have the least roommate experience. So like
I don't know
if you've had to navigate things that you run into with roommates.
Navigate.
Oh
boy,
it's like by the time I was at like my 5th apartment in LA, I was like, all right, I got this down to a science.
Wait, you didn't live with people in college, Dan?
No, I did.
Yeah, you did.
That's very different, I think.
It's even worse. It prepares you for the worst people.
Yeah, but also when you're like a kid in college, people didn't give a shit about being like a filthy. I was where you lived in college. I visited that house.
Oh yeah,
that you lived in.
He was
that
where
fucking,
you lived, man.
That fucking trash heap that you lived in, where you
but
guys
my
would, like,
room was, but my room was perfect. Everyone wanted to hang out in my room.
But that I would hope your lifestyle in college is a good representation of what you would be like as a roommate now. Because
what?
On weekends, guys, we're gonna go and throw shit against the wall and break glasses and get fucking wild and trash the place.
You're fucking psycho house.
That's the basement. My room was perfect. My room was clean.
I was in an actual normal apartment, not a frat house. So
it wasn't a frat. It was just like a house. It wasn't like a designated frat house like they have in like Cornell and stuff. It was just a house.
This is a great question, I think. Psych Mike.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
We're moving on.
Have any of your employers ever taken you and your coworkers on an activity as a teamwork building exercise? And if so, how did it go? And how did you find that helped at all?
No.
Nope.
We've gone to get drinks or like a happy hour.
Yeah, that doesn't count like team building exercise.
Not like
that's
rock
just
climbing or laser tag.
That's like, here, come look at me. I'm the cool CEO, and I'm here, and you got drinks. So
big
don't
red
worry.
flag.
After 5, though, all the drinks you're paying for them. So
big red flag. Yeah. These things are big red flags.
By the way, we're gonna fire like 30 people on Monday. We're not gonna.
Actually, wait. We didn't do like a team. We didn't do a team building
because we're family here.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't do a team building like getaway, but we did one team building activity, and it was we all like lined up, like facing each other in a row, and you had to like hold your fingers out like in front of you, and then somebody put like a ruler on top of all of your fingers, and it was just like try to keep the ruler level, and all that kept happening was
fun.
Was just everyone would raise it up in the air. That was the whole thing, and it was just like it was just I don't know. I think the message was something like
stiff as a board.
Yeah, the message was like, oh, no matter how much you try to work together, there's always something pulling you.
Company Ouija.
It was some bullshit. Then there was another guy that came to our place of work that like really did the Myers-Briggs grid. You know, like the introvert.
Did they also
extrovert.
give you your horoscope?
No, but they basically like the whole time. I think what was this guy's name? I think he was called Dan the Man, and it wasn't Dan.
Fuck that guy.
I think it was Dan the Man, and he was. I think that's what he kept calling himself, Dan the Man, and he really like bought into the Briar. It's Briar Miggs, right? Briggs Meyer. Briar Miggs.
You just like lost it. You had it.
Yeah,
you had
it first. Anyway, so that was a traumatic experience.
That sounds like the episode of the British Office where they have the training seminar day, which is the best episode, where the guy comes in and they're doing all the like thought exercises.
The best. So the best was we were doing one of those exercises where it was like, for some reason we couldn't leave until this particular riddle was solved, and it was like a row of trees. It was a row. It was like a row. It was like a forest of trees, and it was like you have to connect all the trees, but you can only use 4 lines. But it looked impossible. But I had seen this before.
Yeah.
All you have to do is like go further out and then come back in. I know it's convoluted,
but I literally that episode of The Office as well.
So I did it really quick and was like, okay, we're done. Let's go. And they were like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, no, I've never seen that before. I just came to me. It was a perfect. Except this one guy was like, there's no way you figured that out that quick. I'm like, nope, that's smart.
Have you seen my chart of the Roman emperors?
This is just making me think about what I'm about to get into this weekend.
What's that?
Oh, I thought you didn't do stuff.
No,
you're going to the water park.
Well, it's Teresa's birthday, so we're going to San Diego. But we're also going to a timeshare presentation, which we're not going to sign up for.
You said this already. You told this to us,
but we haven't done it. That's this weekend. We're going to it. And after as long as we sit through the presentation, which I know people have done it, so we get the free trip to Hawaii.
Chris always, every time he brings this up, he always brings
very
up the
important.
Fact that he's like, I know people have
done it. This is not a scam. I am not very important. Paying.
Not only that, like I also then like looked it up. Like I
would
quadruple verify
so
this shit.
about this.
So many.
Do you have to pay taxes on it?
That's the only thing we have to pay. It's the taxes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to cost as much as
they said it's going to be $60.
Wow, very nice.
So
next week it comes back. It's like, so we made a decision.
Yeah, no. I looked up the cost. It's $18,000 for timeshare, and then it's like I think a year or something. It's something.
Jesus Christ, that's rent.
It is madness. It's madness. But I'm excited to take an edible before we go in. I'm gonna just sit there. I'm just gonna sit there and zone the fuck out,
bro. Be careful that they don't take advantage.
Disqualify you.
Yeah. That's
I was gonna say disqualify him from the trip because
he
was not paying attention.
I mean, they can't blame that. That's my ADHD.
Mr. Humes, you were not paying attention to this presentation.
They're like, if,
you know what? I don't even need to get
before you leave,
quick drug test.
Here's a riddle. Connect all the trees, but only with the full lines.
Oh my god!
But you can't. And if you don't get this, you have to pay for the full thing.
Yeah.
Teresa was like, "I'm excited for the presentation."
All right. Well, we'll be seeing you in your timeshare next year. And invite us over.
But don't give us.
No, he'll be trying to get us to buy into it.
Yeah, he will be.
Yeah, he'll be like.
All right, so we are pretty late. Dan made a game.
I did make.
Do we want to do that for the post show?
Okay, sure. I'm cool with that.
Why are we at?
We're gatekeeping the game.
Yeah, we're at. Let's do that for the post show because unless anyone specifically had anything, I don't got fuck all for that at this point.
No.
So, and we finished Lost. So
we finished Lost. What else is there to do?
Well, what else is there to do? Join our Discord. Go to the show notes. Click that link. Join the Discord. Leave a question for the pod. Call in 805-738-8692. We'd love to hear from you guys. We are starting a new season next week. Season 4 of the Unranked podcast as we enter our 4th generation. I'm
sure it'll be very similar to season 3.
Who knows? It's probably going to start out with the grass type Pokemon, if I had to guess. But until then, and until next time, everybody, go ahead and stay unranked.
Gotta remind you guys to put my Twitch info in the show notes, so suck it.